and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a Thursday. And you guys know Thursdays. It may be my favorite day of the week. Why? Because we dominate 2 full hours on the Stadium Network. More on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. I am your host. I am the coach. And we are here live every single weekday on the Stadium Network, Prime Video, YouTube TV, Direct TV. You can turn on the TV and you can find us. We don't care where it is. We just care that you do it. If you choose to watch on our YouTube channel on the way in, if you could hit that subscribe button, the like button, the share button, that would really, really be nice. Now, how do we do yesterday after a 7-1 day on Tuesday? Well, not nearly as good. 2-3, and my golf picks are starting as we speak. They're in the middle of the morning wave. I may be having some social media only picks throughout the weekend on golf. But the Cognizant Classic News of the Day gets kickstarted. This is kind of the tournament every year where, because of the lack of stars, because where it's at in the schedule, you find somebody new. Last year, Joe Highsmith, back-to-back 64s on the weekend to win his first event. And his caddy is the son of Joe LaCava, who famously won the Masters with Tiger Woods back in 2019. So there's a little bit of history at this particular golf course. All right. I told you the schedule today. Coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, it is the Coach and Bro Show. If you missed Monday's show, you can always watch it on demand. Today, there are a ton of topics. And then at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, it is Off the Ropes on Sirius XM, channel 156, where I tackle the entire universe every single day, and it's always a ton of fun. We have a brand new merch store, and right now, the Big Tommy Fugazi shirts are flying off the shelves. You can't even get his ego through the door right now. If you saw yesterday's show, you know what I'm talking about. The man, him, Gabby, arrogant, cocky, and I just might like it. All right, Fugazi10 is the code. We're going to give you 10% off our brand new merch store until the end of the week. All right, I think all the housekeeping is done. I am fired up for today. But the question is my team fired up? I believe they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Let's beat the books. Look at this motley crew today running the 5-man weave. By the way, raise your hand if you're as excited as I am for Survivor 50. Come on. Thank you, D. Come on. Young Peyton, is there a problem?
No. We've gone over this with Survivor the past couple shows. We talked about Survivor plenty. That's enough. I'm good.
I've never talked about it at all.
I will go back to clips. If I have to go back, Coach, I'll go back. I'll go back to Survivor clips and talk about me mentioning Survivor.
Wow, quite the attitude from young Peyton this morning. Interesting.
Well,
by the way, yesterday, your dad's already knee deep in spring training. I got to talk to him today. By the way. All right. I kind of like the vibe, though. A little edgy, a little spicy. I like it. All right. Next door to him, he's our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. I wasn't excited doing Survivor betting prop bets a couple of days ago, but I am excited to do Elimination Chamber prop bets today. That's what I'm working on today.
Oh, you got 6 baby faces in the men. What are you going to do? Can you get him done by 11 a.m. Eastern? I got a wrestling show coming up after. Too soon? Okay, got it. Too soon. All right, next. He is live from Memphis, Tennessee. DG, good morning.
Some would call this the A-team, and so, Coach, I'm Murdoch reporting for duty on a beautiful Thursday.
Now, I didn't even know he was going to be on the show today, but he texted me this morning like 4 a.m. The only person I've ever allowed to do that was Howie Schwab. So, Mikey P, I'm telling you right now, that thing better not ding ever again at 4 a.m. But when you're sending in best bets, that's how you get through the door. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. I'll make sure to start sending them at 4:05 a.m. I'll give you a 5-minute window there. And what is a survivor? I'm not exactly sure.
Oh my God. Take him off. Survivor 50. It's going to be the greatest show of all time. Me and my daughter still want to do the Amazing Race together before that show dies as well. All right, gentlemen. I'm not happy with a 2-3 day. I'm not happy when all of our discussions that we'll have throughout does not lead to cash tickets. So we got to change that today. So I have one very, very simple. Mikey B, you come on the show last minute and you're too slow to the gate. Young Peyton, King Lettuce, best bets. Let's go.
Yeah, I just had to formally apologize, everybody, for going 1-1 on Tuesday and ruining our perfect day. Made us 7-1. That's on me.
Yep.
But we're going 2-0 today. We're taking the Wichita State Shockers tonight on the road against Memphis. Let's go. Plus 1.5. Has anyone seen Memphis play besides DG? I'm sorry, Penny Hardaway, but you guys are hot garbage. I mean, where in the world is the shooting? Don't you guys recruit that stuff? They have 0 3-point shooting whatsoever, and they're so out of control offensively, trying to go downhill every possession. The Memphis Tigers have no offense, and Wichita State is 18-10. They've already blown out Memphis once. I think they win again tonight. Next, we'll take the number 13 Michigan State Spartans. Overrated is what I think Purdue is this year at number 8. The Spartans are 7.5-point dogs. Really? This is a great 2-on-2 basketball matchup with Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Renn for Purdue against Jeremy Fears and Jackson Kohler of Michigan State. And then after that, I think Michigan State has the better role players like Cohen Carr, who will be the best athlete on the floor tonight. Give me the Spartans to keep this thing close at plus 7.5. I'll even sprinkle a little Spartans money line tonight. Coach.
Wow. I tell you what, Purdue still has a high ranking, but they're not playing very good basketball. They're just not. And that Wichita State game, that's really, really sharp. Memphis, 4 straight losses. DG, what's going on in your city?
Even Penny Hardaway is crying after the game. Like the last post game, I felt bad. Like one of my idols, the guy I loved growing up, is almost crying and in tears after the game. The team sucks. They're hot garbage, as Peyton said.
Yeah, I know he's on the hot seat, as it were. It's not necessarily his fault. NIL, players leaving, players not wanting to play. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. All right, DG, let's stay with that vibe, big dog. What do you got?
Yeah, let's go to 2 track meets tonight. We're going to start off in the NBA. We're going to go Hornets at the Pacers. We're going to target the first half over 111.5. It's at minus 108. Since the All-Star break, the Pacers alone, they've averaged 66 points in the first half, and they've allowed 67 points in the first half. That's coming across 3 different games. I think that I have to trust a Hornets team that likes to get up and down going against a terrible Pacers team who has shown they can score now in this transition to tanking completely to go over the first half, 111.5 at minus 108. And then I'm going to go to the other game. And this is a sneaky over team, but they are leading the entire league in being over. Denver at Oral Roberts going over 155.5 at minus 110. They just met last month. That score, 98-87, 185 points. I expect this game to be in the 160s tonight. So let's go over the 155.5.
Can anybody tell me? God, I wish Soupy was here. The city that Oral Roberts is in. Anyone?
Minnesota. It's in Minnesota, right?
Did you just say Minnesota as a city?
No. No, but it's in Minnesota, right?
No.
Where?
It's not.
Where is it?
No. It's literally like 3 hours from where you go to school. Are you serious right now?
Really? Oh my God! No, I had no clue.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, my
Tulsa,
Oklahoma.
I knew it was
the reason
in
I
Oklahoma.
ask you that, we're going to be adding a lot of trivia in the next. We're going to be trying a lot of different things. We may or may not be launching a PTI style wrestling show. We may or may not be doing that. I'm just saying, you got to be on your toes. You got to be ready to talk about anything. Even Oral Roberts in Tulsa, which is 30 minutes from Claremore, which is where I spent all of my Christmases when I was growing up. Very interesting. You learn something about the coach every single day. Now, Peyton, stop embarrassing yourself. You don't know history or geography. DG, thank you very much. Raphael, my guy, let's go.
Thursday college basketball means Conference USA, and this is a good bar burner. Florida International versus Sam Houston State. I'm going to take Sam Houston State minus 6. I don't understand this number. This number should be around 8 or 9. Liberty is the only team that's beaten Sam Houston State lately. The Bearcats have already beaten Florida International in Florida, 76-63. That's 13 points. Now you get to play on your home court. The Bearcats have no issue taking care of business. They win by double digits tonight. Then we're going to go to Lakers. The key guy that I believe the Lakers need to do some kind of noise, maybe in the playoffs, DeAndre Ayton, over 9.5 points. 2 nights ago, he scored 21 points and grabbed 13 boards. I think he has another monster game. But who knows who's playing for Phoenix tonight? I think Ayton scores easily.
It's crazy. They're both still winning teams, but yet it feels like they're the last two teams in the Western Conference right now. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. 9 o'clock Eastern is tonight. By the way, Young Pate, you're getting shredded in our YouTube chat right now. Shredded. All right, Mikey P. I don't particularly like it when people try to bully me. They try to shove their way onto the show. And the only thing that is going to get you off the hot seat, get you out of my doghouse, is if we have 2 check marks next to your picks today. So I would tread very lightly and put a little on the arrogance today. What do we got?
Yeah, I should have a permanent residency in the doghouse after taking St. John's yesterday. How about make a shot in 18?
What was that?
I mean, what are we doing? What are we
doing?
I'm going all LA Lakers today, Coach, because it's just a vibe. It's just a feeling. After their collapse at the end of the game against the Orlando Magic, it's the easiest talking point to jump all over. Are they dysfunctional? They might be, but they're good enough to cover the -4.5 against the Phoenix Suns, who will be without Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks tonight. And it's not about LeBron James. It's about Luka Doncic, a guy who actually does care about his performances, a guy who has averaged 30-plus points over the Phoenix Suns this season. So I'm taking him 31 points or more as well. So a little double dipping on the Lakers Suns tonight.
A little double dip. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. You know how, like, very slowly in the NBA season, a team could be like second or third seed. They go on a little bit of a slide. You don't really pay attention. And all of a sudden you're like, damn, they might be in the play-in. That's the LA Lakers. They might be in the play-in. Raphael, go.
Haven't done this since football season, but 2 big bets has just come in, and now Purdue is -8.5 against Michigan State. So that's a really good number for you, Peyton.
Yeah,
I love it.
Peyton.
I love it.
So would we wait, or should we play it now, Raph?
Oh, I would take the 8.5. I don't see 9 coming up. It would shock me that if it's 8.5 by the time the show ends. I think it goes back down to 8 and 7.5.
DG, do we believe in Purdue still, though?
No,
we're on Michigan State.
I was so excited to put Michigan State +7.5 in, and then I looked and saw Peyton already had it, so I couldn't do it. So I love that pick. I would have been one of my plays today. So I love Michigan State. Tom Izzo on the road? Come on.
Tom Izzo on the road. All right, Mikey P, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. You are going to drop off, and you're going to go work on something else. But I know you're big on the Combine, which starts today. 30 seconds. Why do you love it so much?
I just think it's an opportunity. I don't look at the on-field performances as much as what these players are saying when they get in front of the camera. The on-field drills, I just try to see who stands out, because a lot of these track athletes, they don't turn into great NFL players, but who has great hands, who has good measurables, all the things a lot of people don't care about, I care about.
Yeah, we do the same thing here at Coaching Company. When you're walking in the door, do you have good hands? You got a vibe? How do you run the 40? Do you show up on, all those types of things? They're important. All right, Mikey P, go do something. You're going to be off the show. All right, gentlemen, we roll on. We're just getting started, by the way. 2 full hours here on the Stadium Network. Coming up on the other side, we're going to play one word on the NFL Combine. Also, in 20 minutes, front page news. Pat McAfee, hey, I got nothing but respect. When you hear and see what this guy has done in the last 4 days, it's going to blow your mind. This is Coaching Company, and we love this live on the Stadium Network. Come on back. All right, you degenerates that continue to watch on our YouTube page. Gentlemen, when I was at ESPN hosting SportsCenter, we had this big studio, so you could see the other studio over there. The most intense guest that I ever had on SportsCenter in my career was Max Scherzer, and it wasn't close. You would have thought in December that he was getting ready to pitch in the World Series that afternoon. Intense, but I like it. And young Peyton, he has re-signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, 1 year, $3 million, 19 seasons. Nothing but respect. Your take.
Respect for him, but this is huge for the Blue Jays because Shane Bieber's going to be delayed due to right forearm inflammation, and their young guy, Bowden Francis, who was really good last year, will miss the entire season because of Tommy John surgery. They got Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman, Trey Savage, who was great, Cody Ponce, and now Jose Barrios, and now Max Scherzer. Could be a six-man rotation to keep these starters healthy.
Well, DG, I didn't know I was going to get all that. What do you got? I just thought, man, it's cool.
I thought it was cool too. The fact that I love Max Scherzer in the different color eyes, and now he gets to pitch every 6 days. Well, that's what Peyton says. I don't know, but I do think that this is a win-win because Scherzer could have bonuses in there, to which if he performs, we're talking about big payday after that.
See, that's an interesting topic, Raphael, because if we do go 6 starters for a lot of the season, that can shift some of the numbers.
It could, but I think they brought him in for his leadership and his intensity that he's going to bring in to the bullpen when he's sitting around with these young guys that they also brought in. I think he's great to put Dylan Cease underneath his wing all season long.
Every time somebody wants to tell me I'm too intense or I want it too bad or I want to win more than anybody else, I say, see Max Scherzer. Don't come back to me. Because this man wakes up, gets out of bed in the morning, fired up. I absolutely love it. All right. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the NFL Combine. It could be a joke to some. It could be life to somebody else. But we're going to break it down in kind of a different way. It's time to play one word in 5 seconds. Oh, welcome back. Kind of a vibe. You just kind of, man, it'd be nice to be down in Mardi Gras, walk into a nice little bar, restaurant, have some live music, and call it good. I like it. Today in Indianapolis, the NFL Combine gets started. And now that the NFL is king and has been for many, many years, they put these different tentpole events throughout the entire season. And this is one of them. So we're going to play a kind of different version of one word today. So I need to see my man Peyton. I got to see my man DG. Are you guys prepared to think Combine? Yes?
I think so.
I love the energy. All right. Number 1, kind of almost a fill in the blank as well. The NFL Combine, Peyton, is?
Impressive. NFL contains the most athletically gifted human beings on the planet. Watching these 300-pound linemen run faster than a 200-pound NBA point guard is incredible. And it's the only combine I'll actually watch because these guys do what they do. It's extremely impressive.
Yeah, I think this is a spectacle. Like, I'm looking at like what's happening, and it's all about reality TV. And that's what all this whole thing is they're doing with the Combine, is showing and making storylines about it. What really happens, what really is important at the Combine happens behind closed doors where they're having to draw up plays and talk through the actual mental process of it all. That's the part I would love to see. That's what we don't get to see right now.
My one word is the NFL Combine is expensive because all the coaches, all the people, let's say the Arizona Cardinals are sending 6 guys to you think they're worried about the Combine? They're worried about getting their reservation at Fleming's, at St. Elmo's, at all of the restaurants, and those are expensive. All of a sudden, that wine bottle goes up 50% when they roll into town. Oh, best believe those are the best meetings. Hello, Mortons. All right, topic number 2. One word on a player not working out at the Combine. Peyton?
Depends, because it depends. And I know who you're implying in this question, Coach. But if you're a high-level quarterback, you can't show off your IQ in a combine. But if you're a lineman who can showcase your physical attributes, there's a lot of opportunity there. So I would say it depends on the position and the situation of the athlete as to whether it makes sense for them to participate in the NFL Combine or not.
Yeah, I'm going to go calculate it because this has to be a calculated risk, but also there is a calculated reward. Because if you're setting yourself up for success because you know what you can produce, you know where you are in the draft at some point, you can go and look in a pro day that's set up to help you succeed. And at that point, the risk is definitely worth the reward.
What is wrong with you two? What is wrong with you two? It's stupid not to participate at the NFL draft. Gentlemen, we are moving into a world where it's all about me, NIL. It's going to be nice and refreshing. The entire reason. And Peyton, I'm offended at the accusation that I'm thinking about one player for this question. Absolutely offended. But since you brought it up, to not show that you are more than just a kind of slow, clunky quarterback in front of everybody, and you're not worried about getting hurt, you're not worried about getting embarrassed, that's what you should be thinking, not sitting out. It's stupid. And I'm not talking to anybody. Topic number 3. One word for how important the combine is for a non-blue chipper. Peyton?
My one word is showcase. It's so important. I mean, these are guys who have an opportunity to show a team how good they are, and their lives could change in one weekend, honestly, if they impress some people. So for guys who are not blue chippers, it's an opportunity that they can't let slip.
It's everything. And I talk about like this is a chance to change your life. It might take the 40-yard dash to where you put up a new number, or if you're doing a different drill, at that point you're showing something that maybe scouts, maybe people have not seen before, but these are the dudes that are going to fight everything they have because this is everything to them because they don't want to go to the CFL. They don't want to go to the UFL. They want to be in the NFL, and this could be everything for them.
You're not going to believe it, but that's exactly the word I had written down for mine. But I had 2, so I'll pivot. I'll change. To my one word is radar, as in how many times have we seen guys come in under the radar, and you're a non-blue chipper. You played at App State. Nobody saw you play on TV, and all of a sudden, oh damn, he just ran a 4.6. Oh damn, he just ran that pretty fast. It's so many under the radar teams and players that this is a great spot for that, especially a non-blue chipper. Great minds, DG. Great minds. All right. Now, one of the things that has been a big topic this year is players in basketball going to the G League, actually playing in the G League, but never signed a contract so I can go back to college until the Alabama kid got ruled ineligible, can't play. Common sense. Thank you, Judge. NFL, you can't do that. But what's one word on if the NFL should allow players longer than 72 hours to decide to go back to school, Peyton?
My one word is no. Of course not. And the NBA will put a stop to this thing soon. The NCAA will put a stop to it soon. I mean, the only NBA guy we're talking about going, he was an NBA guy too, Coach, not even a G Leaguer. He played an NBA game, Amari Bailey, and he's going to come back to college next year at Grand Canyon. Is that really a big deal? Who cares, actually, because he ain't that good. But football is too physical of a sport to have professionals come back and play college kids. They could kill somebody on a targeting call, while in basketball, a pro can come back and play in a college game and do what? Blow by them, dribbling the basketball. It's not the same thing, but I also think the NCAA gets a handle on things pretty soon.
Yeah, I think this is chaos, and this chaos waiting to happen because we're talking about, one, the people that are doing these deadlines and the dates are complete idiots. Just let's get that out of the way, first of all. But if they want to sync it all up to where allow them to come back, I think it would be smart because it would allow these guys who take a chance and maybe get hurt in the combine, but aren't honestly as good. They take a chance to get seen by professionals and allow them to come back. But what this would create is NIL chaos as currently constructed.
My one word is interesting, kind of based off, TG, of everything you said. If you allow players to come back to college, let's say the week after the draft, I don't want to be – we can call that the Eli Manning rule or anything like that. I like that the NFL has these type of rules. Now, they got to get the schedule right. But can you imagine if you got drafted 8th by the Saints? I don't know. And I was like, nope, don't like it. I'm going back. That would be chaos, especially some of these guys that get more in NIL money than they will in their first NFL contract. And there are many, many of those. Gentlemen, I know that both of you were watching the show yesterday.
Of course.
We were talking about the UFL. And the UFL has actually their headquarters, Peyton, right in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They all train together. They have a lot of new rule changes that I'm here for. One of them is that a 60-plus yard field goal will now be worth 4 points. So the question is, one word, if the NFL adopted this rule on the importance of a kicker at the combine.
Well, first, Coach, I did have enough time yesterday to watch the show and watch Tommy C throw on those shades. That was a little crazy. Yes, yeah. My one word is distance. The distance that we saw Brandon Aubrey and Cameron Little kick from this season was incredible. And of course, it's important to realize that the Cowboys and Jaguars only need about 30 yards after a touchback to get 3 points up on the board. It changes everything. And it's also important to realize that anything in the 50s for these two kickers has them using an iron while the rest of the kickers are using drivers. Anything under 60 is a chip shot for these two. Kickers could be the difference in the game. We've seen it plenty over the years, but the luxury of having one of these two kickers be able to kick it from anywhere on the field really shows how important kickers are in the NFL.
Yeah, kickers are people too. I gave this game changer because that's what we're seeing right now with Brandon Aubrey, who gets paid, I believe it's $7.5 million, but he wants $10 million in a new contract because of things like this. Like, he has the leg that shrinks your side of the field where you have less to do on offense. I love this potential, especially in the UFL, where you have to cross the 50, and once you cross, you got to go for it on 4th down. At that point, when you got a guy who can kick it from 60 plus, that dude is a game changer.
My one word is day, as in it's a new day. Yes, it is. And I think I just need to put DG's explanations on repeat because that's exactly how I thought. There was a day not that long ago when a top shelf kicker is making about $3 million a year. Pat McAfee was the highest paid punter when he was in the league at around $3 million a year. But $10 million, DG, $10 million. He's going to get it. These guys are weapons now, and they have completely shrunk the field into where now you can almost have points on every drive if you get it to like the 45-yard line. By the way, we have about 90 seconds left. Any of the rules that you guys particularly like? There was like 7 of them that I absolutely loved. Any of them that you guys saw that you like? Peyton? You haven't
Not
seen
really.
No. Tell me how you haven't seen it by not telling me.
Oh,
DG?
no. I meant not really. You said I didn't see them. Like, no, not really. I haven't seen them. That's what.
Gotcha. Okay. DG?
Yeah, so I like when you cross the 50 that no matter what, like, you can't go back and then somehow get a penalty and kick and whatever, had to do a punt that way. But also the other one where you do have 3 options for after point. So you can go for it at the 2, or you can go for it. I believe it's the normal 33-yard line for the 1 extra point, and then from the 8-yard line you can go get for 3 points. All that is creating just a different thinking, and I love anytime you can change that.
Me too. And I the traditionalists for the NFL, they're gonna say, "Oh, this is just it's just to get clicks and views."
Right.
I think the NFL could use a little spicing up of the product, and this would do that. If you're down 9 in the UFL, you can still tie the game. And I love you get past the 50, and all of a sudden there's no punting.
Yep.
3rd and 20 from the 48. Maybe you take a knee on 2nd down and you go back to. I mean, there's strategy there now. There really, really is. All right, gentlemen, well done. Again, the NFL Combine. You can see all the stuff all over ESPN, the NFL Network, which is now one and the same. They are business partners. All right, coming up, we're only halfway home. On the other side, it is front page news. Pat McAfee. Oh, tip of the cap. Coaching Company right here live on Stadium. Also, guys, one of the other rules that they're changing and I think a lot of wide receivers are going to like this, and it's been talked about in the NFL a lot, is just 1 foot in for a catch instead of 2 feet in for a catch. And I know they're trying to make it harder, DG, than college, but I like it just having 1 foot in as a catch.
Yeah, it does allow, like, honestly, that field expands because having to go and just be that freak of an athlete going that fast and then stopping with both feet, now you're kind of widening the field a little bit because that quarterback can throw it to the outside completely out of bounds. One guy, just 1 foot drag over, it will expand everything. It will be awesome.
Yeah, I think as you see all of the, thank you, producer man, of the new rules up there, I think also it could help with injuries, Peyton, that the guys won't be, they'll just have 1 foot. They won't have to stretch their leg. So it's maybe not a lot, but maybe a few.
I just hate that when we look at replays in the NFL with the 2 feet, does he have control? Like, what we're watching all the time is so incredible. And we're sitting there nitpicking, like, oh, but the ball kind of went out of his hands a little bit. It kind of, like, what this guy's doing is insane. The fact, because all the time, if we're really replaying the play, it was an incredible catch that he made, like, probably an impossible catch, make it look possible. So it's just insane what we nitpick at when we look at replays.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know what I see when I see those things right there? I see future. And part of what I want to do in the second half of my career is to be an executive somehow, because I feel like there's a lot of dumb leadership in this country, and this is not dumb. They walked into the room and they said, how do we make us different? We're talking about it. Other shows are talking about it. And these are always really, really good things to change up, especially in a spring league, guys, that not a lot of people watch. And I think now, because of these getting people talking, people will. We'll see. You got to try. That's why I say you got to try. If you don't try, you're just going to be stuck in the exact same place. All right, we've got a lot to talk about. It's time for a little front page news. We're back live in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are halfway home on this hour, but don't forget, every Thursday, we have 2 full hours here on the Stadium Network, Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is the Coach and Bro Show. All of the biggest topics from the world of pro wrestling. Now, you guys can say what you want about a lot of people on television. You can say what you want and hate or appreciate. But the one thing that I have grown to know about Pat McAfee is that he has a heart as big as the Empire State Building. This man wants to make everybody feel good. He wants to make himself feel good, and he will spend money doing it, or will get you to spend money doing it. By the way, all the money during College Game Day, the State Farm, the $250,000, that's really his money. So let me bring my guys back in. Peyton, DG, Raphael, because these first 2 topics are all Pat McAfee. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to start with the U.S. hockey team because that happened first. So we saw the video the other day, right, of them partying at 11 because they got rerouted from New York down to Miami coming back from the Olympics. So they go to 11, popping bottles, spraying champagne all over. And all I thought was, damn, I hope that's not Dom. I hope that's not, what's the other expensive one? Dom, and it used to be, oh my God, did you guys never party? Anyway, they're all expensive to the tune of $150,000 for that party right there. DG, I'm going to start with you. Pat McAfee recorded a video, sent it to the club. They played it on the full screen, and he picked up the tab. And he said he did it because, boys, thank you for representing the USA. Can you believe this story? Your take.
Yeah, what a flex, but I'd also say what a heart. Like, I love Pat McAfee, and I know that he's not everybody's cup of tea, but when I look at this guy, he's trying to do things because he honestly cares. And I honestly think that he thinks of these crazy ideas, whether it's paying for the extra kick or paying the tab and doing the video. I think all of it is because he does care and he's a good dude. I love this. I think it builds community here.
I've actually had like dreams, and I'll be very honest about this. When I watch like the guy that gives all the money away and the cars away on Instagram, this feels very Shaq-esque. And I think you're starting to see guys that are very blessed financially say, listen, I want to share it. And I don't think McAfee Peyton does it for the attention. I really don't. I just think it's who he is. And all of the guys on his show are his buddies that literally quit jobs, quit careers to work with him. What do you make of this particular story?
Well, every time he talks about money too and offering it as a gift to somebody or a reward, he always hits the second half of "and a charity of your choice," right? And he always looks to donate, and that's what I love about Pat McAfee. But $150,000 at the club, that's awesome. But the fact that that they got to play that video in front of everybody rather than having everybody kind of just go to the bar and take something and then they're like, oh, it's on Pat McAfee. Like that wouldn't have been as big a deal.
Yes, that's a great call. What about you, Raph?
Jealous because I wish I had that money so I could do the same thing that Pat McAfee's doing. Because I just think he does great work. All the charity he donates, and you just nailed it. He's our era of Shaq. When Shaq retired, he was doing the same thing, and kids don't remember what Shaq did back in 10 years. So he's a new era of Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq, by the way, will not walk into a store. This is a shoot. Will not walk into a store and not buy something for somebody else. He said that's his new rule. He doesn't care what store he's in. He will always buy something for somebody else. It's crazy. By the way, he just crossed over to being a billionaire in the last 3 weeks, I think. So it certainly hasn't taken his money away, has it? We're going to stay with the Pat McAfee theme because he has his whole setup at the NFL Combine. He had the owner of the Phoenix Suns, Matt Ishbia, I believe DG is how you say it, Ishbia. And this guy has been a little bit different. He's been criticized locally. He's kind of a guy that's kind of like what probably the four of us would be if we owned an NBA team, kind of out there a little bit. So he's sitting right next to Pat McAfee, and they were talking about the NBA All-Star game, and it comes to Phoenix next year. Ishbia says, listen, I want to make it different. I want to bring the importance back to All-Star weekend. So what did McAfee do? He said, okay, let's change it right here and right now. How about $1 million to the winner of the dunk contest and $1 million to charity? How about $1 million to whoever wins the three-point shooting contest and $1 million to charity? What did Ishbia say? Let's do it. So this is kind of a multi-part question. DJ, I'm going to start with you. Will this change anything for both of the iconic competitions that have gone to crap? And who will be the first big name to admit, yeah, I'm doing it for the cash?
All right, so if this is allowed, which it would be tough to get through the red tape from an owner giving out a prize, but let's just put that behind us. I think it's a possibility. But we're talking about Matt Ishbia, who is a former college D1 athlete, played for Tom Izzo. Like, he is a guy who knows ball, and he knows what would get people into the arena. And so at that point, I look at him putting his money where his mouth is, because what this would do, it would be a game changer into this event, because you're bringing out all the big names. $1 million, and there's only 4 of us in the dunk contest. I know that math, and that's 25% chance. And so a guy like Ja Morant, who needs to revitalize his name a little bit, he would be the name that I would target the most. He would bring the eyeballs. He would bring everything to that dunk contest.
Great take, Peyton.
I love this idea. If it takes money to get the stars in these contests, then let's do it. The problem is the stars are making about $40-50 million a year. Do you think they care about an extra million? $1 million is a ton of money, and it was fun that Matt Ishbia was sitting there saying yes and yes to everything Pat McAfee was saying. He probably promised Pat McAfee $10 million since he sat down to start that interview, but $1 million might get you a Gary Payton III. It's not going to give you a LeBron James, a Giannis, not even a Ja probably. 3-point contests could be fun though for $1 million.
Now, it may be more than $1 million. I don't know if you guys – I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and because it moves very, very quickly. And Ishbia challenged McAfee to put in money of his own to raise the stakes. And he goes, well, maybe I'll get a company to cover my money, which for anybody else would be like, yeah, he doesn't walk it. He doesn't. But he has walked it and talked it, Raphael, so much that maybe he'll get State Farm to give $1 million, and then he'll back it up with another 5. This may be more than $1 million Does that matter, though, Raph, based off what Peyton just said?
You just nailed it, because the first time I watched it, wow, who's going to do this for $1 million? But then I watched it again and like, wow, a company can also put in $1 million. But if you
Yes.
want storylines and you want TV viewing, John Morant versus Zion Williams in the dunk contest, that will be fantastic.
Wow.
Wow, I froze Coach.
I said I wasn't going to do it. That would make me cry. That would make me cry. Now, I can tell you that one name that will not be in next year's All-Star festivities is Jonte Porter. And for people go, oh, isn't that that's the guy who 2 years ago in 2024 was caught gambling in NBA, caught adjusting a few things. He won a measly $22,000 in some of these bets. It doesn't make a lot of sense. He is banned for life from the NBA. He is awaiting sentencing. He's expected to get anywhere from 2 to 4 years for that fraud. DG, he's going to be playing, let me check my notes, in the USBL, which starts their season in a couple of weeks, I guess, to pass the time. I don't know what kind of contracts they have in this league, but the fact that this team brought this dude in, what does it say to you?
Yeah, Jonte Porter already tried to go play in Greece and was denied because he doesn't have the availability to travel overseas anymore. But now you're talking about USBL. They say that any press is good press, and I think this is what they're going with it, even though this dude has been caught and is going to prison. But I would say that they're trying to somehow catch lightning in a bottle and somebody find out who this league is, because before this conversation, I didn't know they existed.
And I think that's part of the reason that they're doing it. Because also I think we've moved past the point where you look at John and go, oh my God, you're going. It's, we have seen guys go to prison and come out and still be productive in whatever that they're doing. I think the world's a much different place for this. But I don't think you can bet Peyton right now on the USBL. That was kind of where my mind went.
Yeah, gotta go get me a Jonte Porter Seattle Superhawks jersey. This is ridiculous. The United States Basketball League. Dude, this is the only league that you could find. I guess the United States Basketball League is the only one that condones gambling, Coach. But this is gonna be a cringy watch. If you actually catch a game, he's out there, because after watching some of his games with the whole thing that happened, it was a rough watch to watch some of those NBA games. That was tough.
Yeah, when you went back to the accused video, you're like, oh, my God. And then it automatically makes us think, Raphael, how many other guys are doing it? Because if we think that nobody's doing it right now, we're fools. We're fools. Is this Seattle team, are they fools for bringing Jonte Porter in?
Nope, because there's going to be people in the seats to watch this. And let me read my text I got this morning. Mr. Esparza, how soon can you have USBL and Porter odds for his first game in the USBL? We will put $50 max bets on it.
Wow. Look at you. Do you have them done yet?
I was a little busy this morning because I still got to do wrestling odds before I do Porter odds. I got priorities.
Hey, don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me or the Coach and Bro show or Off the Road. Don't blame it on me with all this fantastic wrestling content that I'm making you make odds. Send them over when you get them done. All right, little very, very quick rapid fire. UConn wins last night by 32. Yeah, that was one of our best bets. St. John's getting the 10. Duke beat Notre Dame by 44. So who would win right now? 15 seconds for each guy. Duke against UConn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
DJ go. Yep.
Yeah, I'll go with Duke. I think that they're the better team. They have multiple ways they can win a game.
Raph.
I'll go with Duke as well. Their bench is better than UConn's bench.
Peyton.
Duke wins by 20. They're bigger, stronger, faster than UConn. Duke's best team in the country right now.
Yes.
Was that 3 for 3 from you clowns? Wow. Well done, boys. Well done on Front Page News. Brendan Sorby, you live for another day. You live for another day. Coming up on the other side, it's time to bounce back from our 2 and 3 day yesterday. We've got Lock It In. And also, are the Lakers for real? And Wemby, a little call to action tonight in Brooklyn. This is Coach and Company. We are live on the Stadium Network. right, guys, the NBA, a lot of criticism this year, a lot of criticism about what's going on, no matter what you're talking about, really. But injuries have kind of been the word of the month, with so many players getting hurt, getting sued, hiring outside organizations. And DG, let me start with you. Last night, the number one versus number one, it should have been a really, really big deal. Pistons and the Thunder. But because of the stars that didn't play, didn't even matter in a potential preview of the NBA Finals?
I think it did matter because you're seeing a lot of the names on the court that you would be used to seeing. We didn't have SGA, which is a big one. But I think seeing these two teams and how, honestly, that they match up together, because we're not going to see them a ton, just like we had with the Spurs and the Pistons. Seeing how they match up on the court is different, and I think that actually helps us see them being potentially in the NBA Finals.
Peyton.
Thunder only lose by 8 in Detroit to a fully healthy Pistons team. Jalen Williams with an I, had 30 and 11. I mean, that was insane. They didn't have their 6 top scorers, the Thunder. So this doesn't say anything about the Pistons. It says something about the Thunder. How good is OKC? This is their bench that they were playing last night, and they were in the game the entire game for 4 quarters.
Yeah, they'd probably be the 9 seed, the players 7 through 12 in the West. Raphael, does a game like last night do anything to adjust lines later in the season?
I think a lot of OKC money is going to come in because how their bench has played. They won last year. They won the chip because of their bench. They started red hot because of their bench. Now their bench is getting all these quality minutes. So when the stars come back, they're probably going to go 8-9 deep in the playoffs now.
That's the most important thing. You just hit the nail on the head. They still secure, they're very much alive for the number 1 seed and getting these players all of this time. It's really, 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 really incredible. All right, gentlemen, it's time to bring it home. Let's bring this train into the station. Talk a little NBA, a little lock it in. It's been a good vibe so far today. I absolutely love it. We are back live in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we will lock in our best bets for the day. The Cognizant, by the way, I'll be having some social media plays on those on my feed throughout the weekend. All right, gentlemen, it's time to talk NBA. Tonight, the Lakers are on the road in Phoenix. We already talked about the Suns owner, Mr. Ishbia, but the Suns have not been playing that well, but this is about the Lakers. And Peyton, I want to start with you because you are a Lakers guy. Your dad's a Lakers guy. And they have gone from a top 3 seed that they're on the brink 2 games inside of the play-in tournament. How did we get here? They're laying 5.5 tonight on the road, but are the Lakers even a threat at this point for anything?
I think they're still a threat because they got Luka Doncic on their team, but they finally went out and got themselves a shooter in Luke Kennard, who was the best in the league percentage-wise, and the Lakers need to find a way to get him more involved because that was a big pickup for them. But the other night, Luka had a wide-open shot and passed the ball for a game. It was weird. He basically threw it away because it was a pass that LeBron was not expecting and bobbled it. But the Lakers fans at least are really expecting something down the stretch here because they got a guy named Luka on their team.
At least the reporters didn't go to LeBron and LeBron say, I thought he had a good shot, when he could have said, hey, we back Luka. Whatever decisions he makes, the way he answers questions has got to infuriate Raphael, other people for sure.
Yeah, I just think it's Austin Reeves is going to be the big reason if the Lakers go advance. DeAndre Ayton is going to be the big reason why the Lakers advance, not Luka, who still can't play defense. And when them two, Luka and LeBron, are on the court, they seem lost. So if it's all about those 2 guys I named, Reeves and Ayton.
They're also in a difficult spot, DG, because last year LeBron James in April fell off a cliff. Wasn't getting back on defense. Looked completely exhausted. So how do you keep him playing, but also keep yourself in that top 6?
Yeah, I think you have to look at this team, and there's a chemistry issue. And obviously, I've never been a big LeBron fan, but I think the issue is about LeBron. Like, he's not meshing well with Luka, who is now, honestly, he is the best player on the team. And so what we're going to see as we continue down the road closer to the playoffs, they're going to give LeBron time off, but really, you're kind of covering up the issues, because when we get to the playoffs, it's going to be still the same issues that are going to arise. And so at this point, I think that this Lakers team is a mess. They just want to get past this season and make it Luka's team moving forward.
Also tonight, Spurs and the Nets. And young Peyton, in the old days, Michael Jordan would have used a night like tonight to score 46 in 3 quarters and blow them out and say, I am the best, period. It does not matter. Is this a call to action for Wemby to start doing not Michael Jordan kind of stuff, but that kind of stuff?
I think so, and I think if anybody was going to do it, it would be Wemby, right? We heard him before the All-Star game kind of say that he wanted to go crazy in the All-Star game and compete. But yeah, of course this is a game where he could go nuts. Although the Spurs organization probably doesn't want him to go nuts. Spurs organization probably wants him to play 20 minutes in a blowout. So the NBA has just completely changed, and they just want to rest their stars to get to the postseason, especially if the Spurs are going to make the playoffs, which they are.
DG?
Yeah, I look at this game as being a potential rest game, whether it is an actual being out of the game or if it's a minute restriction of 25 minutes for Wemby. But I do love Wemby and his intensity that he brings to the game. And I think he is going to be the face of the league, even though he is an international star. But I think that he is going to be a guy who can look people on the other side and say, you better strap up tonight because we're going to battle. And I think that's the kind of guy Wemby is going to be.
Sometimes all you need is just one. All you need is one guy to flip it and say, I'm going to try every single night I'm on the court. Because it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. But maybe once these older guys, Curry, LeBron, Durant, leave the league, these young guys say, we're going to play just like it's summer ball at UCLA, which is the best summer league that nobody's ever seen. All right, gentlemen, well done. All right, it's time. Let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less, just 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Raphael, my guy, start us off.
Going to college hoops, Sam Houston State -6 in Conference USA. They playing FIU. They already went to Florida and beat them by double digits. They're 11-1 at home. Take the 6. Lakers, DeAndre Ayton over 9.5 points. 2 nights ago, he hit 21 and 13. He is the key to Lakers' success tonight and maybe the rest of the regular season.
DG, talk to me.
Yeah, it's going to be a track meet here. We're going the Hornets and the Pacers. First half over 111.5. It's at -108. I just think that these two teams are going to get up and down the court very quickly. And then let's go to the other one. This Denver at Oral Roberts here, going over the 105.5. 155.5. But I look at this Denver team, who is a cash cow. They're 19-7 to the over this season.
Wow, 19-7. That's a great nugget. Young Peyton, talk to me.
A couple of road dogs in college hoops. We got the Wichita State Shockers +1.5 at Memphis because Memphis is absolutely terrible offensively. Michigan State +7.5 at Purdue. I think Purdue is a little overrated, so I'm going with Michigan State.
I'll just add a little flavor. All right, Mikey P has these 2 plays. He's all over the Lakers tonight, laying the 4.5. It's 5.5 at some places. We like it, I think, up to probably 6, if I can speak for him. Luka, 31+. You know it's not going to sit well with him that he's getting all of this criticism the last couple of days because he did not take the last shot against the Orlando Magic. All right, Raphael, my guy, make me and all of us a little bit smarter.
Mikey P is going to be happy with this one because the betting favorite has won each of the Phoenix Suns' last 6 games. Lakers get an easy road victory tonight.
It's amazing how many times your inside info leads to a cash and either makes one of our guys look silly or just backs them up. It's amazing how many times, probably like 90%, 80%, something like that. By the way, young Peyton, I know right now you're in your college days of calling the ladies at KTCU. My very first game that I ever called in my career, professional career, was Wichita State, the Shockers, on Cake TV Channel 10, Wichita, Kansas. Oh, and I was nervous, big dog. I was nervous. It was Wichita State and Bradley. Fire up the Wayback Machine. I don't even know we had cell phones back then.
Bradley Braves. That's pretty fun. See,
Oh,
I know
Bradley, but you don't know where Oral Roberts is.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I do. Coach, real quick,
Yes.
I did like that you mentioned that because big weekend here in Fort Worth. Just got word yesterday that I'll be doing play-by-play for the entire baseball series next week as TCU takes on Tulane. I'm doing all three
Stop
games. Lead play-by-play on KTC.
Raphael Clapp, let's go. Now,
Thank you,
can
guys.
you put out a link? Can we retweet it? Can
Yes.
we listen?
Yes, I'll definitely throw out the link on Twitter. Yes.
Bro,
And I'm
that's
doing one game. I'm doing it
okay.
the last game of a 3-game series on Sunday. That's gonna be my first game, and then I'm gonna do an entire series next week. So,
Bro, that's really, really cool. That's
Thank
big
you.
time. Hey,
Thank
JJ, Peyton just announced he's calling a baseball series. You want to come say? You got like 20 seconds. You want to say congratulations to Peyton?
What's a baseball
Hurry.
series?
What's a baseball? Hurry, we're on TV.
All right. I don't really know what that is,
Get your
but
face.
I hope it goes well. Hopefully better than how I've been playing.
You're terrible. Okay. All right. I love you, son. I'll see you. He's got a big match today. Clearly he is. You want to say hi? We're just letting everybody talk. Peyton's going to be doing a big baseball.
Oh, congratulations. Have fun.
Thank you.
See, that's more of what I was kind of looking for.
That's why I like to see that. That's
Yeah. Well, she wants Starbucks, so there's that. Love you. Oh, not today. Okay, awesome. Yeah, love
Setting
you
up for
too.
something big later.
Oh my God, my American Express just explodes. Gentlemen, well done today. Producer man, give me that one shot. We are not done here on Stadium. Far from it. We've got another hour as we switch our gears into the world of pro wrestling. Coach and Bro coming up in 3 minutes at the top of the hour. But for here and now, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window for my entire team. Love them all. DG, Mikey P, Peyton, Raphael, producer man. I'm the coach, just trying to keep the train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day right here. Oh, yes, live on the Stadium Network. Have a great day. Oh, we'll see you in 3 minutes.